Hello, hello, hello to you. This is Prophetess Shalonda, aka the Inspirational Treasure. And listen, I was going to jump on here and do this whole 60-second inspiration thing, but I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and say a little bit more than 60 seconds worth today. All right. I really want to get on here to talk about the book because I have many people who are asking the question, why did you write this particular book? And so I want to share that, right? So this particular book, which most of you have already seen or know what it is, but it is Nawww I'm Not Ok. Excuse me while I unmask. This is it. So this particular book in this day and hour, my goodness, everybody's being transparent. Everybody's sharing their story. Everybody wants to be able to get into this thing and get a piece of whatever it is that we're supposed to be getting a piece of, right? But the truth of the matter is that, I've kind of always been transparent in ministry. So before this book even came out, I also had a book called From Trash to Treasure. And it's my story of homelessness and helplessness and deliverance, and how deliverance, came in the form of homelessness for me at the time. So this book is just like a step up, right? I share a little bit in that book about my adulterous lifestyle, right? At the time, um, uh, kind of fornication for me, adultery for him. I guess that's how it worked. But this is the sneak peek into my world in a little bit greater depth. Right. So we talk about molestation. We talk about being bullied. We talk about promiscuity and being addicted to sex. We talk about um, lesbianism. We talk about mental illness. We talk about the loss of loved ones. So much in this little book, because it's really, just compared to some of them other memoirs, it's like, extremely huge. It's like this is like really small. So anyway, in this small book, we go a little bit deep with some other things. And so one of the things that we do talk about is molestation. But we talk about it from a space of, not the typical, woe is me, life is over, they touched me, I don't know what to do now. Because the truth is, behind some of those things, we're not telling the whole truth about how we felt about molestation. Now, some people did, don't get it twisted. There are some people who have some really horrendous, crazy stories about molestation, but a lot of people who were molested by cousins around the same age, or, siblings around the same age. And some people were molested by people that were older or strangers and things like that, and have some stories. But a lot of that, playing house and playing school and, mama, daddy and all that stuff that we did as kids, a lot of those stories don't really get told as much because they don't have as much of a victim type of thing. A lot of people tell their stories because of the victimization, the place of a victim they found themselves in. Many people have stories that were horrendous, like I said before. So their stories, need to be heard as well. But I think I needed to come from the perspective of the individual that was molested, with someone that was around the same age as you. And that was only, one of the people who did it. But I talked about what happened with me at 6 years old. But I also led on to what happened with him at other times. This particular situation just so happened to make me feel dirty, and I didn't even know what dirty meant back then. Because it's definitely not something that a 6-year-old should be doing, right? But the other things, the other touching and the other, moments that we shared, and how what he did with me at home, or at his home, um, when he went out to play with the other kids, and he was 4 years older than me. And when he went out to play with the other kids and the girls that he liked in the neighborhood, he treated me like I was nothing. Right. And so we begin to talk about that in this book, about how some of our mindsets and the things that we feel within ourselves, how it literally, because of something that was done to us or something that happened, and we don't realize why we are that way, why we felt rejected at the time, and why we still feel rejected right now today, and the events that led up to that. Um, you got to get the book, you guys. If y'all haven't gotten it yet, That particular chapter is called Crunch and Munch, and it's called Crunch and Munch for a reason. So go to theinspirationaltreasure.com, click on the book, go to amazon.com, and either get it in Kindle version or get it in paperback. If you want a personal autographed copy of the book, please hit my inbox, okay? So that I can tell you how to get a personal copy directly from me, signed, sealed, and delivered, all right? But this particular chapter is going to touch a lot of people, and it's going to relate well with a lot of people because, again, we did a lot of stuff when we were kids. Everything wasn't a devastating story, but there were some stories that shaped us, and we don't even know why it shaped us. Why do I feel rejected all the time? Why do I always look at, the men who say they love me, and when they show more attention to another female, I respond a certain type of way? I don't even know where it started. Some of you have that testimony. I don't know where it started. So get the book. Get the book. All right. All right. So I'm going to talk to you guys later. I just wanted to get on here and share this a little bit. We needed to tell the story. We got to take the mask off. Again, most of us are turning blue behind the mask, suffocating. And people don't know we're suffocating because the mask is present. Got it? So you guys, I am about to hit the road on tour. We're starting in Albany, New York on the 30th of November. We're going to Savannah, December 7th. We're going to be in Connecticut, New Haven, Connecticut on the 15th of December. On December 28th, we will be with Miss Taisha Bryant in Columbus, Georgia. On the 11th of January, we'll be in Valdosta, Georgia, and then we'll be in Warner Robins, Georgia on the 17th and the 18th. This is a 2-day event that's going to be bananas. And then come February 22nd, we're going to be in Jacksonville, Florida, and the list is going to keep growing and growing and growing. So, yeah, go to my page on Facebook if you're not on there, or look on Instagram or whatever and find out where we're going to be. Click the links to be able to register. As a matter of fact, you'll be able to go to my website and click those links to be able to register for these events. It is a free event. However, we have to make sure that we have a head count so we don't overbook and people don't be standing against the wall. Y'all can come stand against the wall if y'all want to, though. I won't be mad. I won't be mad at all. But this is not just a book signing. It is a book signing. We're going to chat about it. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to have prayer for those who need it, because this is the hour of liberation. All right? All right. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Again, this is Prophetess Shalonda Williams, a.k.a. the Inspirational Treasure. And this is my brand new book. No, I'm not okay. Excuse me while I unmask. All right. Talk to y'all later.